Guys, I wanted to talk to you about a dream that I had on October 10th of this year. I've been meaning to put this video up, but I haven't had a chance. And I finally decided, okay, I can't put this off any longer. And so I'm going to officially finish the video and upload it. And so the dream had a lot to do with the fact that I saw a justice scale. And on the right hand of the platform of the scale, I saw a bunch of Shiba Inu coins on the right hand of that scale. And as you can see in this picture here, it looks like it's weighted much higher. And then as you can see on the other hand of the platform on the left hand side, there is nothing in it. And so I remember for some reason in the dream, I was like alarmed by the fact that um, on the right hand side of the platform that held the Shiba coins, it was extremely high in value, and there was nothing in the other platform. I remember saying to myself, "Oh my God, this can't be right. Like that's a lot. That's almost too much." And I remember hearing and feeling God replying to me that this is correct. This is the way it's actually supposed to be. And I was actually very surprised, taken back by this. And nevertheless, I was like, okay, while still in shock. And I mean, as I woke up, I'm not as shocked anymore about, um, I don't know why I was so much in shock about one hand being higher than the other and that it weighed so much more. But at that time in the dream, I remember thinking that wasn't correct. And I remember hearing that this is actually correct. So I'm going to pause right there just to talk about the fact that I feel that whatever we're going to receive from this wealth transfer relating to this particular Shiba Inu coin has a lot to do with God restoring, vindicating, and putting things back in order from the things that has been stolen from his people who stand holy and righteous before him. And it I feel that God's people have suffered a lot, obviously, and some of it is obviously in the Bible. It talks about due to lack of knowledge and all these things, but many different factors have played in it, and a lot of it, I think, comes down to the fact that um, we did not necessarily see the things that were being taken from us, and or there are systems in place that just disallowed us from being able to take as much advantage as we could have in certain circumstances. And so I say all of this to say, I think that this has a big uh, importance on God setting the things straight and providing us justice for those who can't speak for themselves, and but for God redeeming us, but for God taking over, but for God stepping in, we would not be able to receive the things that we're going to receive because the world would not hand it to us. And so this could only be the work of God. And uh, another thing that I thought was interesting part of the dream was that I saw that the number $7.77, and I had the impression that I had to put my sell limit um, very quickly to $7.77. Now, this for me, this may not mean exactly. I have to ask God for further clarity, but from what I've received so far from God and from doing research, is that this may not just mean literally go put your sell limits at $7.77. What I get from this is, well, one, we do know that seven is the number of completion for God. The other thing is, if we look to Proverbs 7, sorry, I didn't mean Proverbs 7, I meant to say Proverbs 6:31. If we look to Proverbs 6:31, it states that anything that has been stolen, uh, anything that has been stolen, if found, if the person that stole it is caught, they shall repay that back 7 times over. And I thought, oh my God, this is really interesting. This is really telling. And so I received that revelation about seeing the number $7.77. I'm not really sure why I saw three sevens, because God could have just shown me a $7 by itself. So if you guys have any idea or have any other revelations, um, as to why we see or why God showed me three sevens, I would greatly appreciate that. But I am focused on the Bible verse that talks about the person that stole from you. If they are caught, they need to bring that back 7 times over. I've pasted different versions of Proverbs 6:31. I left it right here on the screen. You guys can also do your own research. But to me, I thought it was clear as day, like, wow, God, you're really speaking. We hear a lot of prophecies about God clearing out the house of, the unjust, people who have uh, acquired money through their wicked ways. If God is clearing that out so that we can receive this wealth transfer, I think it's very telling that this Bible verse says, if he is caught, which in this case, I think they would be caught because um, that's why God is going to be able to expose certain things, clear out the house so that his children can move into something that is new in the clear for us to pursue the things that he wants us to do with it. So again, I'm going to read that again because I think it's very powerful. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this. So here it is. But if he is caught, he must pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he has to sell everything in his house. I also find that this is very interesting because I've heard people say that uh, people who have received or acquired money in a way that was not for God's glory, I'm hearing, bank accounts may be completely liquidated. They may not have anything in their bank accounts. And so I think that's funny. But what's even more telling when we coincide that with my dream is the fact that on the other platform of the justice scale, there was absolutely uh, no coins, no anything on there. It was just empty. So I think that aligns with a lot of what I've been hearing way, way before um, about God taking the wealth of the wicked and giving it to us. That's also the same thing that happened to the children, the Israelites in Egypt, where they left them with pretty much nothing and took a lot. Well, took everything, the gold, the silver, and so I think that's a thing that we're going to see happening in a different version during this time in our lifetime in that way. So I think there is a parallel there. Thing that I thought was super neat was after I got this, I kind of like to do research and stuff like that. So I just Googled um, Shiba Inu justice scale. And sure enough, what was interesting is a beam balance scale showed up for eBay listing that had a scale from Japan that was the name brand of Shiba. That's the brand of this bean, which that was like really for me a confirmation of God talking, and I was like, okay, I see you, God, I see you. So that's all for now. Again, please leave your comments. Um, I'd love to hear what other people are thinking, what God has been revealing to them. I'm really excited for what He's going to do. This has been my first video, so I was a little bit nervous and stuff like that. I plan to post more eventually, depending on what God puts in my heart to put out. And I look forward to hearing from everyone. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.